It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. Number 1. President Joe Biden took his fight for voting rights to Philadelphia Tuesday. Described by his staff as his moral case, Mr. Biden spoke passionately about what he calls the central cause of his presidency, protecting voting rights. The president traveled to the National Constitution Center, and against the countrywide backdrop of Republican-led efforts to create and pass restrictive voting laws, he says this is his fight to protect the sacred constitutional right to vote. Number 2. Texas has become known for its tough stance on the electoral process in recent years and has recently sought to limit the voting rights of former felons. Hervis Earl Rogers, a Houston, Texas man on parole, was arrested last week on charges that he voted illegally in last year's presidential primary. According to court documents, the 62-year-old man cast ballots in November 2018 and March 2020 while he was still on parole and not legally permitted to vote. Rogers faces up to 40 years in prison for the felony charges. Number 4. The Food and Drug Administration is adding a warning label to the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine after reports of 100 cases of a neurological disorder in vaccine recipients. Of those cases, 95 were serious enough to require hospitalization, and one person died from the disease. The disorder, called Guillain-Barré syndrome, damages nerve cells, causes muscle weakness, and in rare cases, it can cause paralysis. The cases were mostly reported about 2 weeks after vaccination and mostly in males, many aged 50 years and older. Number 4. On Thursday, July 8th, there was a massive flood in New York City. This flooding particularly affected the majority of the underground subways. In less than 24 hours, the New York City Central Park received more than 4 inches of rain, and according to officials, this was recorded as the heaviest rainfall in New York City ever. The rising of the sea levels for metropolitan areas such as New York City has been a concern for decades. Read more about climate change and how it disproportionately affects marginalized communities in today's newsletter. Number 5. Lowe's is teaming up with Shark Tank star Daymond John for a new round of Making It with Lowe's. The home improvement company's nationwide pitch program will award small businesses and offer another opportunity to sell their products on Lowes.com and in stores nationwide. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Time is a gift from God. Inhale the blessing. Exhale that pressure. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with Stephen Hill, Myra J., and activist Quinn Townsend Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partner, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.